Welcome everyone to this week's Skippy track guide, which is at Bathurst. This beautiful, wonderful, fantastic, actual pain in the rear end track is challenging to say the least. It seems to be slipstream, 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 don't die on the mountain, and then another bit of slipstream. As you can see, also it has a jump, so if you carry on, this is the back straight, so if you carry on straight on, there's a wonderful jump and you can get over the barrier. At me on Twitter if you get any decent pictures, and if you land it particularly, well done. I actually fall off with this. I'll show you at the end of the video of me actually spinning out, but it is quite fun to get a little jump over a barrier in the Skippy. Otherwise, let's get to the important stuff. I'm showing you lap 6, which is a 2:32.634. Lap 7 was slightly quicker, but I got on off track on the last corner, which is a little bit annoying because I was a good 2/10 up on that lap. But unfortunately, we'll show you the other one as well. The track temperature, as you can see here, is actually falling. The lap that I did, you can see on one of the overlays that I've raced Labs or whatever it is, it says it's 100 Fahrenheit, which is toasty, but at the moment it's 92. Otherwise, that's enough of me waffling. Let's crack on. Right then, start finish straight is pretty self-explanatory. Straight line, car does what it cars. Thank you to the guy here for getting out of my way. Really do appreciate him. So we are spotting for the 50 board, probably a little bit before if we're on cold tires or first lap. Really short warren here, so we shouldn't have much dive bombs. Get the car into the corner as early as possible. It's a lovely cambered corner, but on the outside, maybe a car width out, it isn't so cambered, so you will understeer. Get it on the power as soon as possible because it is a massive long straight and we want to maximize the straight line speed of the Skippy. We can run a little bit more wide there. You can use the green stuff, but if you touch the grass, can be a little bit of an off track. Generally around here, off tracks won't be an issue. Generally, if you get an off track up the mountain, it's normally death, so it should be quite safe this week, minus you don't die. These lap cars, or not lap cars, but they came out the pits, so they do get my way. I was trying to avoid a tow, but bring the car over to the left gradually, and we're spotting the 50 board again. So brake in, straight line, down into third gear for this one, and you can see the camber again already, I'm hoping, on the video. But get the car into the groove of the corner as it was. It really does help rotate it and get on power as soon as we can. This is an uphill section, so any mile an hour we can gain on this corner is going to help us a little bit of a drag up the hill. This is technically the start of the mounting stage, as they call it. Don't run too wide. The Skippy will bottom out on the curb just on exit there. Bring the car over to the right hand side as we enter what's called the cutting, which I believe is turn 3 and 4. 3 is completely flat. Don't worry about it. Just try and straight line it on exit because we kind of get our braking zone. This is where I start braking. There is no markers whatsoever, so it's really, really awkward to get this corner right. Generally, I think I'm braking a little bit early here, but I'm down into second gear, and you want to get the car in as soon as possible. You can see it really changes angle of elevation here, and you can really get some good front end grip. So the later you get the apex, the straighter you can get it, and then that's going to help you because we are full throttle a long, long way. This is actually sped up now because all we're doing is picking our lines and minimizing our steering angle as much as we can. I've said that a lot in these track guides, but obviously with a little engine in the back of the Skippy, we don't have much straight line speed or power, so minimizing any scrub on the tires is really going to help. So the tricky ones are coming up now, I would say, where they're sort of blind. So I'm aiming for the second Etihad here, and I'm turning in just as I get it for the left hand here. Don't touch any curbs the best you can. I find it upsets the rear of the car. I get a little bit squirrely here and get pretty close to that wall, but we didn't touch it luckily, which is handy. This one is really pain in the ass because the corner is over the crest. So what I do is get the car angled diagonally, straighten the car over the crest, and then turn again at the apex to get around here. Curb is very high on exit, so be warned about that. If you do bottom out, keep the steering wheel straight and don't turn until you're off of it. And this is where we start coming down the downhill section now, and we are spotting for just as the barrier turns orange. And when we get to it, we're changing down. I was in 5th, but you can stay in 4th through that top bit. And it's braking a straight line as you're coming over this curb on the left-hand side here. Braking down into 3rd and then braking down into 2nd again for this double kind of apex here. So I aim for this black walling here, and then as I turn to the left, I want to aim for the signage here, and the Skippy will naturally understeer. It's a real knack to get it right and can be horrendous if you get it wrong. But yeah, it's going to take some practice getting through there, and I'd imagine there'll be some death, put it that way. Full throttle coming out of there. We're downhill now, so the Skippy will accelerate quite quickly. Guy that was a little bit unfortunate here on the right hand side, so yeah, he's trying, bless him. This little tricky corner before Forest Elbow is basically to set up Forest Elbow. Forest Elbow is the most important and the most trickiest. We are spotting as barrier goes blue. Now I brake very early here because it's downhill and it's very easy to lock a front wheel. Very gentle on the brakes, down into second gear, get the car turned in. It's kind of the the wall here juts out twice. So if you're close to the first bit, nail the power as I did there. Skippy will naturally understeer and miss the second bit. But again, be very careful on exit. There will be a lot of, let's say, giving the walls a little tickle on the way through. So this is one of the longest straights we have. We do actually very nearly max out the Skippy. I think technically the Skippy top speed is 125. I think we get up to 127, 126 with no slipstream. So the poor little thing will be buzzing its little heart out in if you get a good toe down here. This little kink is completely flat. Just try and minimise the angle, as we always say. When we get to here, you're spotting the 100 board. Braking in a straight line and down into third gear. Very easy to carry too much speed through here. It seems to have no grip whatsoever, so get the car slowed down as best you can. You can get a little bit close to the curb / give it a cheeky little tickle on the way past, but be very careful on exit because this exit appears quite quickly. I think it's a crest as you come over apex, so the car understeers. Be very careful of off tracks on this section right here. Full throttle for this bit, and yeah, it's pretty much going to do what it's going to do. It is kind of an overtaken opportunity down into this bit. If you did get overtaken down the big back straight there, you can have another go into the last corner, which is definitely tight, put it that way. As you can see, it's a left-hander because you can see the car ahead going around it. Pit entrance here on the left, just in case you need it. Be very careful because I don't know if you can see just on the left-hand side, it does chicane all the way into the pits. Very easy to underestimate pit entry here. As we're coming into the final corner, we're looking for the 50 board and we're braking before it. I use the lampposts, but my good friend didn't have that lamppost, so it must be a graphical setting. Down into second gear, and I do actually brake a little bit early here, so we're probably a bit close to the 50 board to be a bit better. We get on power very, very early, and I think this helps for the next lap, but doesn't help this lap too much. Use the curbing on the right-hand side here. It's a little bit bumpy. You can see the Skippies complaining a little bit, but it'll be absolutely fine. It's just revved its little heart out coming down that straight, so a few bumps won't harm it at all. So across the line there, you can see that was a 2:32.634. That was one of the best laps. I did do another session a bit later on and got a 0.5 with about a 90 Fahrenheit track temperature, which is very toasty. I believe the first race is going on at the moment and track temperature is around 20 degrees. So it should be a little bit cooler on your one, which will help with your lap times anyway. Otherwise, I am waffling now, so as always, the cockpit cam and chase cam will follow, and obviously I'll put the jump at the very end of the video as well as a little bonus. But yeah, definitely give that a go, guys. It's definitely pretty weird jumping a barrier in a game, and I think that's the only one we can do on iRacing. Let us know if you're wrong. Otherwise, stay safe. Catch you on the next one.